Middle East on the brink of war. Is World War III possible? In a world not far from ours, tension in the Middle East reaches a new level. The presence of Delta Force, an elite unit of the United States Armed Forces, and Israel becomes a turning point in regional geopolitics. Delta Force, known for its covert operations and exceptional tactical skills, is sent to Israel on an undisclosed mission. Its presence, however, does not go unnoticed. Turkey and Iran, two powerful regional actors, see this as a provocation and a threat to their sovereignty. In response, these countries launch a major retaliation against the United States. The exact nature of this retaliation remains unknown, but the message is clear: any foreign interference in Middle Eastern affairs will not be tolerated. Meanwhile, the conflict in Gaza between Israel and Hamas intensifies. Hamas launches a surprise attack on Israel, killing more than 1,400 people and capturing hostages. Israel responds with a military offensive that has killed more than 8,000, according to the Gaza Health Ministry. The situation in Gaza is critical. Entire neighborhoods were destroyed by Israeli retaliatory strikes. The international community calls for a ceasefire, but negotiations seem distant. In this scenario, fears of a possible Third World War arise. Some experts argue that active participation in war goes beyond sending troops to a battlefield. For them, arming or financing one side of a conflict is also actively participating in it. Thus, the greatest economic and military powers in the world would already be in direct confrontation, and we would already be experiencing the beginning of the Third World War. However, other experts consider this possibility highly unlikely. They argue that the chance of a Third World War exists, but it is still highly unlikely. The situation is complex and fluid, with many factors at play. The only certainty is that peace in the Middle East seems increasingly distant. Meanwhile, the world watches with trepidation, hoping diplomacy will prevail over war.
Position of Arab countries on this conflict and a possible Third World War. The position of Arab countries in a possible Third World War scenario is complex and depends on many factors, including historical alliances, national interests, and the nature of the conflict. Historically, the Arab states have had a troubled relationship with Israel since its creation in 1948. However, each Arab country's position may vary. For example, Egypt, which borders the southern Gaza Strip, has significant strategic importance in the relationship between Israel and Gaza. Furthermore, the Arab League, a regional organization that includes many Arab countries, can play an important role in shaping the Arab response to a global conflict. However, it is important to note that these are just speculations based on the current situation and historical relationships. The reality can be very different depending on how events unfold.
We believe that understanding between peoples is essential to avoid conflicts and wars. Therefore, we seek to bring information and reflections on the main challenges we face as a society, so that we can find solutions together and build a fairer and more sustainable world. On this channel, you will find debates, interviews and reports on relevant topics such as climate change, social inequality, human rights, among others. Our commitment is to bring diverse information and perspectives, always with respect and empathy.